You want to know how to get rich, so you
Well,
get to the question.
people ask that all. I mean, you know, you see how many late night television programs are there on that are telling people how to get rich, but it never really happens that way, does it?
No, it doesn't. And I'm very skeptical of telling people there's a magic formula to getting rich, because you know it involves having the right skills, the right idea at the right time, perfect place, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not saying it's luck, because all those things need to come together. But you can follow all the formulas and still not get wealthy, and you can get wealthy by following your own set of formulas. I mean, there are some characteristics. These people work hard, they have good networks and connections, and at some point they had access to capital. All those things are important. But some people have divined patterns in my book on how to get wealthy, but that was not the point. The point is to have a sort of fun, rollicking ride through today's wealthy, of who they are, and psychologically what wealth does to people.
Yeah, what does it do?
Well,
what does it do first?
Jim Kinsey and I were just chatting about that.
Speaking of.
And you know, today wealth is very sudden. So used to be wealth occurred over your lifetime. You got used to it. You got used to it. Yeah, and you made it incrementally. Well, today you have what we call a liquidity event, which is when you sell your company, not when it's raining outside. It's when you sell your company and you suddenly get this huge pile of cash. This changes your life in ways you would never expect.
It's like being a lottery winner.
Well, it is a bit like being a lottery winner, and some of the impacts are just as detrimental and unexpected. And there's a chapter in the book called Worried Wealth, where there's a self-help group for millionaires in New York who get together, called Tiger 21. They get together every month and help each other with their problems.
How much money do they have to get in there, though?
$10 million.
$10 million minimum.
Yes.
And there are now some groups where you have to have $100 million.
Yes, they're now groups, because the $10 million groups are just not helpful enough to those people. So when you're at a higher wealth level, there's a group in Boston, CCC Alliance, where you need $100 million to get in. And what it is you sit across the table from people like you and say, you know, my daughter's spoiled, what do I do? I need a jet pilot, can you help me find one? Where'd you get yours? Those kinds of problems.
This investment was bad. So it's self-help for rich boys. Are there any women in these groups?
There are some, and one of the interesting things about wealth today is wealth for women used to come in two ways. You inherited it or you got it through a divorce. Today there are many more self-made women, and there is a new group in New York that's a self-help group for women called Circle Financial, and they've just started in the last couple of years, very successful and growing very fast.
Are women typically getting rich the way that Oprah and Martha Stewart got rich? Is it very entrepreneurial?
It mirrors the men. It's corporate America. I mean, we're seeing many more, especially on Wall Street.
The founder of eBay, I think of, is a
That's
woman,
right. She's a good example. I mean, Carly Fiorina, despite what happened to her at HP, she's a very successful businesswoman. If you look at Goldman Sachs, a lot of the new managing directors there are women who are making $3 to $7 million a year. There
were a number of stories this summer about the Goldman Sachs bonuses, that they were getting astonishing amounts of money. Was that a lot of media myth, or was it true that these people were getting, what were some of these bonuses? They were able to just drive out and buy whole estates in the Hamptons with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember the numbers, but that wasn't just true at Goldman Sachs.
It was happening.
Wall Street was minting money. It was a giant ATM machine for the whole tri-state area this year, and it was women, and it was people of all diversities and all kinds of backgrounds, and it was private equity and hedge funds. I mean,